So we're going to sit, we're going to place both of our feet flat on the floor. Have your legs be a little bit further apart. It doesn't have to be all the way in, but I also don't want your legs out. Just have them in a comfortable position for yourself. And your arms can be on the chair, it can be on the lap, whatever you like. And all we're going to do to start is we're just going to sit nice and tall. We're going to think about elongating our spine and reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. So we're really going to make sure that we're not slouching back into the chair or leaning to one side of the chair, but you want to really think about sitting up nice and tall over your sit bones. So you're sitting on that pointy, that bit at the front of your sit bone. So you can really lengthen your spine and think about sitting up nice and tall. And during the entire duration of the class, you're going to try to maintain this position of steadiness, this tall position without returning to a slouch or a lean as we start adding in the arms and the legs, okay? So all we're gonna do here is we're gonna sit up tall and we're just going to start by marching our legs on the spot. And you're going to notice here how I'm moving my arms. So I'm doing opposite arm to leg. And you're just marching on the spot to start with. And you want to make sure your posture is nice and tall. So as we're marching and lifting the legs, we're not going to do this and start to fall back. And we're not going to lean to the side, but you're going to sit up nice and tall on the sit bones. And you're going to lift the legs, swing the opposite arm, have that nice little rotation in your trunk. Good. That's it. Lifting up the knees, making sure you're really getting the foot off the floor, trying your best to get the thigh off the chair. Good. And notice here how my arms, I'm not just moving them forward, but I'm moving them back. Can you see that? I'm moving them back as well. So it's not just forward, but it's back as well. Good, that's it. Really work on the opposition of that body. And we're just going to keep this marching pattern going, except we're going to add in a bit of a step out pattern. So we're going to go out, out, in, out, out, in. Good. Out, in. That's it. Keep it going. So as you're going out and in, you'll notice there's some swaying in the trunk, and that's very normal. But what you don't want to happen is us start to do this as we start bringing our legs. So we really want to make sure we're sitting nice and tall, still thinking about the crown of your head, reaching to the ceiling. Almost like you got a helium balloon for a head, and it's reaching and floating upwards. Good. Well done. Keep going. Let's do one more. Out, out, in. Good. Now, what we're going to do here is looking at my feet. You're going to tap the heel forward like this. So we're not going to lean as we do this, right? We're going to sit nice and tall. We're just tapping the heel forward, just tapping the heel. Trying to straighten that knee if you can. So you're really reaching that heel forward. And if you're sitting really far back in your chair, this is going to be really difficult to straighten your knee because you're just too far back. So ideally, you want to be sitting at the very front edge of your seat, because in that way you can sit up a little bit taller and you can get more of a workout in the body and the legs as we're doing the activities. Okay, keep the legs going, tapping the heel forward, except we're going to add the arms this time. So as we're bringing our foot forward, we're going to flick our arms forward at the same time. So it's almost like you're imagining you dipped your arms in paint and you've got a blank canvas in front of you and you're just splashing like canvas with the paint that's on your arms. You're flicking that paint forward. Good. As you're tapping The heel forward. Good, well done. That's it. Sitting up nice and tall still as you're flicking. Good. Let's do 3 more. Good, relax the arms. Okay, this time we're gonna bring our leg out to the side, like this. We're gonna bring the leg out to the side, almost like you're trying to get your toes as far away from you as possible, like you're trying to touch something on the floor that's really far away. You're trying to grab something with your toes to bring it towards you, but it's really far, so you really gotta reach that leg. Good. That's it. Keep it going, sitting up tall, right? We're not doing this as we're moving the leg, but we're sitting up nice and tall, right over our sit bones at the front of our seat as we're bringing the leg out. That's it. Good. And we're going to keep the legs going. We're just going to add the arms now. So we're going to take the opposite arm to leg and reach it in the opposite direction. So you're reaching as far as you can with your leg and as far as you can with the arm, like you're trying to grab something off the wall. And then you're going to do the other side. You're grabbing something off the wall. Good. Good. That's it. Well done. Keep going. That opposition reach. Good. If you are in a narrow room, you can try to see if you can touch the wall without falling off your chair, of course. So you're still trying to sit up nice and tall every time you come back to the middle, right? So we're not reaching and then coming into a slouch position. So you want to make sure you sit up nice and tall, and every time you come back, you're still sitting nice and tall. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. And rest for a second. Okay. This time, we're going to bring our legs back to marching on the spot like this. Good. So now you're getting a little bit warmer. So you're going to lift the knees a little bit higher, still sitting up nice and tall. And this time, when we add in the arms, we're going to do some punching up to the ceiling. So it's going to look like this. So you're punching opposite arm to leg. And notice how every time I bring the arm down, I bring it back to my hip. So we're trying not to do this. We're trying not to keep our arms up like this. We want to make sure we really distinguish the up and the down, the up and the down. So really make sure you punch up, bring the arm all the way down. So it's a bigger range of movement that we're doing here. Still sitting up nice and tall, opposite arm to leg. Good. And of course, like always, if you want to do this faster or slower, that's fine. Do it at whatever pace you feel is challenging for you, but not impossible to do. So I don't want you to get really anxious or feel not great about yourself because you think I'm doing things too quick. That's fine. Slow it down. You don't have to do it at the same speed because everybody's bodies are different and we just want to make sure we challenge you, whatever that means to you. Good. Let's do 4 more. Good. 1 more. And rest. Okay. This time we're going to rest our legs. We're just going to move our arms. So this is our arm swings. Be careful if you've got arm rests or furniture around. We're going to swing the arms behind us like this in a circle. So you notice how my circle is relatively wide because the block that I'm sitting on is pretty wide, but that's okay. You swing your arm in a backwards direction and almost like you're doing a backstroke if you were swimming. So a backwards direction with the arms, and you just move as big as you can possibly move. So if your shoulder hurts going up, that's fine. Don't go all the way up. You can do a circle like this. That's fine as well. As long as you're reaching all the way around with your fingertips, imagining you're drawing a circle with your fingertips, sitting up nice and tall, opening the chest. Good. Let's do 1 more. Good. And we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go forward now with our arms. almost as if you're about to do a butterfly stroke in swimming, where you swing the arms forward, except we're keeping our arms straight in this case. Good. So same thing, drawing a circle with your fingertips, keeping the arms nice and long, as straight and as robotic as you can. And of course, if you need to go lower because your shoulders are giving you some trouble, that's fine. You don't have to go all the way up. You can go down lower as well. Okay, one more. Good, and rest. Okay, this time we're going to place our hands in prayer. And we're going to stick our palms together and put them right on our breastbone. From here, you're going to lift the elbows up to the side without the shoulders coming up. So shoulders down, elbows pointing out on either side. You're going to imagine your hands are glued right into your breastbone, so you can't separate them. So from here, you're going to turn and rotate your upper body in one unit to the side. Doesn't matter what side you do, because we'll do both sides anyway. But you're trying to, the idea is you're letting the movement come from the breastbone. You're twisting the breastbone to the side. And that movement there is very different to if I were to just do this with my hands, right? So I'm not twisting with my hands, but you're keeping your hands stuck to your breastbone, and you're turning the whole breastbone to one side. That's it. Good. And then we're going to go the other way. You're rotating the body, turning the breastbone to the other side. Good. Okay. This time, we're going to reach both arms out to the side like so. Opening the chest, and we're going to tip the entire body down to one side. So notice how my arms are in one straight line. So if I come up again, my arms are in a straight line, and as I tip down, I'm in this T shape with my arms, and as I tip down, I'm still in that same T shape. So this movement is different to this movement. So I'm not moving my arms, right? But instead, see, the distance between my shoulders and my arms and my head are the same on either side. And I'm going to keep that proportion as I tip to the side. So I'm still having my arms be the same distance away from either ears. I'm just tipping my whole body. So you should feel a stretch on one side. Good. Let's do the other side. So the whole body is in a T shape, and then you're tipping the entire body down. Good, stretching that side. Good. Coming back up and rest. Okay, so we're going to do 2 rounds of 5 exercises, 2 minutes each, with a tiny bit of a break in between. Do what you can. If you need to have a break, that's fine. You can take a couple seconds for yourself and then come right back into it, because the idea is I would like you all to work up a bit of a sweat and be a little bit breathless when you're doing the exercises. So we want that aerobic activity in your body. Okay, the first one is relatively simple. Well, it looks simple, but it's a little bit difficult to do. But of course, if we're not challenging you, then there's no point of you exercising. So we do want to make sure everything is hard, but still doable. So you're going to open up your palms forward, and your arms are going to be slightly open. They're not up by your side, but they're not down fully. They're sort of halfway in between. Palms forward. Hands just relaxed. From here, you're going to sit up nice and tall right over your sit bones, and you're going to imagine your spine is very stiff. You've got a rod going through your spine, so you can't curve your spine and you can't twist. It's straight. What you're going to do here is you're going to draw a circle with your trunk. You're going to move in a circle. It's almost like if I stuck a flashlight at the top of your head and I'm pointing it at the ceiling. You want to try to draw a circle with that light on the top of your head. So it's that idea of taking your head around in a circle, but notice how as I'm doing this, I'm not turning the head like this, but I'm keeping the body as a unit. Imagine you've got no neck and your whole body is moving in a circle. and you're thinking about drawing that light at the top of the ceiling. So you're gonna move as big as you can in one direction only for 1 minute, and then we'll go the other direction for the last minute. You're gonna try not to hold on to anything, so I don't wanna see this. You wanna keep your arms up, shoulders down, and it's from your hips, from your abdominal muscles that you're moving. Okay, are we ready? 2 minutes, or sorry, 1 minute each side. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Sitting up nice and tall. Thinking about that light at the top of the head, pointing at the ceiling, and you're trying to draw a circle with that light on the ceiling. Keeping your back nice and straight if you can, and trying to make sure the circle is as symmetrical as possible. So you don't want to be going more on one side and then not so much on the other. So you want both sides to be even. Same with going forward and back. You don't want an oval, you want a circle. Good. Arms are relatively relaxed, palms facing forward, not touching anything, right? Good. You got 7 seconds left. And then we'll go the other way. 3, 2, 1, and we go the other way. So still drawing that circle on the ceiling, except you're just going in the other direction this time. Try to be as tall as you can over your sit bone. So even as you're circling, your spine, your back should be the same length. If I were to take a ruler and measure the length, the height of your spine, it should stay the same. I shouldn't see it changing as we move in different directions, but it should be the same height. Good, well done everybody. 20 seconds left on this side. Arms not touching anything, palms facing forward, shoulders down. Good, well done. 10 seconds left. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay. Next exercise we're doing, we're going to have our feet about hip width apart again, so not too close together because it's very difficult for you to balance that way. So keep them a little bit further apart, but not so far apart that you start to get a stretch in your legs. So think about hip width apart. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to put our arms up in front of us like so, not in any position in particular, but you're just bending your arms to keep them out the way so we're not holding on our legs and we're not holding onto the chair. From here, again, same idea, keeping the spine nice and long. You're going to hinge forward at the hips, almost like you're bringing your breastbone towards the floor, and then you're gonna sit back up, kick one leg out in front, and throw your arms up in the air and bring it back down. And then again, going to lean forward, sit back up, kick. Lean forward, sit back up, kick. So my arms, let me show you, if I come down a bit lower, my arms go like this. And then when they go upwards, they are flicking. So see my hands? Can you see my hands? They start relaxed, and then as they come up, they flick up and open my fingers nice and wide. So you want to flick the fingers, almost like you dip your fingers in paint, and the canvas is now on the ceiling, and you're flicking it at the ceiling. That kind of idea. So as you're bending forward, we want to avoid this kind of position. So we're not arching our back, but you're sitting up nice and tall. Your spine is the same length as you bend forward and as you flick up like this. Okay, we're going to do 2 minutes. Straightening the leg as much as you can. Really open the hand, flicking it upwards. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Back nice and straight. Good. Really think effort on the kick forward and the flick of the paint upward at the ceiling. Good. Your goal is to try to make yourself sweat. Good. So really imagine there's something in front of you that you're kicking, and there's a canvas on the ceiling that you're trying to get as much paint onto as you can. Good, well done. Back nice and straight the whole time. Doesn't matter where you are in the exercise, but your back is straight throughout the entire thing. Sitting up tall over the sit bones. Good, well done. Good, awesome job, everybody. You can do it. Keep going. You got 1 minute left. So remember, do this at your own pace. You don't have to do it at my speed, but you're trying to make sure the effort of kicking and flicking the arms up is the same. So you're still getting that effort. So just because you're going slow does not mean you can't have elements of power during the exercise. Good. That's it. So the lean forward can be slower, that's fine, but the kick and the flicking up needs to be nice and powerful. Well done, everybody. You got 15 seconds left. Good. 10 seconds, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay. Next exercise, we're going to do similar to what we did in the warm-up. Is you're going to start by having your legs together this time, so all the way together. Imagine I took some permanent glue and I put glue on the insides of your legs. I stuck your legs in together so they're stuck in this position. What you're going to do here is you're going to think about kicking your leg out to the side to break that glue while reaching your arm in the opposite direction. So notice here how I'm not just doing this, but I'm kicking the leg out to the side. Imagine there's something beside you that you're kicking. Kick, right? Versus a reach. And same with the arm, you're flicking and opening. Imagine there's a fly on the wall and it's been really annoying. You've been trying to get it for weeks, and then you see it land on the wall and you're going splat. And you're using that quick, crisp motion to place that palm on the wall. So your hand opens and your palm is going towards that wall, okay? So legs together, sitting up tall. You're going to kick the leg out while trying to catch that fly on the opposite side of the wall. So it might sound a little bit funny. I'm using all these kind of imagery things to help you with the movement. But the reason I'm doing that is because sometimes these movements feel really foreign and very difficult to reproduce. But if you can think about something that represents the movement in real life situation, it helps you get that activity so much easier, and it really helps you exert that effort. So we're going to do 1 minute on one side, and then you're going to do 1 minute on the other side, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. So make sure as you extend, you hold it for a second, and then you come back in. So imagine you're kicking something, and you're hitting that fly on the wall. Good, that's it. Well done. Sitting up nice and tall the whole time. I don't want to see us fall off our chair or start to lean back into the wall. We're working on the coordination, working on that reaching balance as well. Good. Spreading that hand, spreading the fingers nice and wide as you're trying to catch that imaginary fly on the wall. Good. Well done. You've got 15 seconds left on this side. You can do it. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're kicking that leg out. So the kick is different to a reach. And the hand is not just going like this, but you're imagining that fly and you're using your hand and you're really trying to get it on the wall, spreading that palm nice and wide. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. And you'll probably notice here that I'm looking where my hand is going. So you can definitely try doing that. It just helps you adjust your weight shift a little bit more if you can kind of look at the direction you're going versus keeping your head forward like this. See if you can get your head to look where you're going. And again, please feel free to not have to do it as quick as I am. You can do it slower as long as the out is still effortful. So you really think about that quality of the fly that can fly away before you can get it. So you want to think about the splat, that quick, powerful, sharp movement, and then the rest you can slow it down again. So it doesn't have to be like that, but you want to think quick on the out, and then you can do a slow on the in. Good, well done. Oh, I've lost count of the timer here, guys, I must admit. Let's do another 10 seconds here. Good. Well done. Let's do one more. And rest. Oh gosh, if that was uneven, I'm sorry. I was too busy talking. Okay. Our next one, we're gonna do our robot turn. So we're gonna, a modified version. So we're going to have our legs a little bit further apart this time. So think slightly wider than hip width apart, feet flat on the floor. Again, sitting up nice and tall. And from here, we're going to spread the arms nice and wide like so. So you're bending your elbows, your fingers are pointing up at the ceiling, and you're almost got like a 90-degree angle where your elbow is, okay? Making sure the elbows are not coming forward. You want to open them up and spread the chest. Okay, from here, you're going to imagine everything above your rib is turning like that, but everything below is not. So, sitting up tall, you're going to turn to one side and thread the front arm forward like so towards that wall. The other hand here is still in the same position. And then you bring your arms back to the starting position. Same thing on the other side. You turn and you reach the arm across the body at that wall. The back arm is the same. You can see the back arm is still in this bent angle position, and then you come back in. So you do this kind of twisting motion, like so, okay? Let's try it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So really twist, and you want to thread the arm forward. Well, I guess not forward, but to the side, towards the direction that you're moving. Imagine you're trying to jab something with the tips of your fingers. So same thing, nice, powerful on the turn. And then you can do a slow on the way back. And then a nice quick jab and then coming back in. So when I say jab, I don't mean as in like a boxing jab, but I mean as in if you're trying to like poke somebody with your fingertips or poke something with your fingertips, is that idea of keeping your hand nice and open, nice and long, and you're using your shoulder, using your body to kind of bring that arm to your target. Good, well done. Keep going. Got 1 minute left. Good. Again, please don't feel like you have to do it at the same speed and frequency that I'm doing. Please feel free to do this at your own pace, as long as you're trying to keep the principles of the nice sharp jab and then a slow return. And we're trying to sit up nice and tall as we're doing this. Crown of the head to the ceiling still. Good. 25 seconds. We're almost there. Well done. I know your arms are probably tired now, but you're almost there. Nice and tall. 10 seconds. Good. Well done. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, well done. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to straighten one knee like this. So you're locking that knee out straight in front of you, clasping your hands together, and we're going to draw a big figure of 8, like so, and bring the leg down. Again, straighten the leg, drawing a big figure of 8, bring the leg back down. Okay, so the whole time you're doing that, you're sitting up nice and tall, hands together. Imagine you're using the ends of your fists to draw a big figure of 8 in front of you. Okay, 2 minutes. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. So the bigger the figure of the 8 is, the more challenging it is for you to stay balanced. So you're trying to keep that leg that you're sticking out in front of you off the floor as much as you can. So don't let it come down to the floor like so, but you want to really hike it up. Think about how you want to straighten that knee. You want to show me the sole of your foot. Good. So you want to show me the bottom of your foot. Or if the camera's not in front, or the screen is not in front of you, then maybe you're shining the bottom of your foot at something that is in front of you. Good, well done. Sitting up nice and tall, nice and big with a figure of 8. Good. If you can hover your thigh off the chair, even better. 1 minute left. Well done, everybody. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Trying to extend, straighten that knee as much as you can as you're doing the exercise. Showing me the bottom of your foot. Good. That's it. Well done. You're almost there. You've got 20 seconds left. Sitting up nice and tall, making the movements as big as you can with the arms, straightening the arms if you can. Good, well done. 5 seconds. And rest. Good. Okay, we're going to do those 5 exercises again, and that's it. You're almost there. Okay, so the first exercise was opening the palm facing forward, and you're keeping your back nice and straight, and we're doing the circles. Thinking about the light coming out of the top of our head, pointing at the ceiling, you're trying to draw a circle with the light at the ceiling. We're going to go 1 minute one direction and then 1 minute the other direction. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Trying to keep your back nice and straight the whole time. Remembering if I were to use a ruler or a big measuring stick and I was measuring how tall your spine is, it should stay the same length the entire time that you're doing the circle. And the key word here is circle, not oval. So we're trying to keep the circle as round as we can, meaning that we're going to have to move to equal distances on all sides. And your hands here, palms forward, hand open, not touching anything, but you're letting it hover. Good, well done. That's it. Thinking about that light with the top of your head pointing at the ceiling. You've got 8 seconds left on this side, and then we'll switch in the other direction. Good, and we go the other direction. Still thinking about hovering the arms, right? So our hands, our palms are facing forward, hand open. We're not touching anything. We're using our body strength to hold our balance as we're doing this. Keeping your spine nice and long. Think about that light pointing up at the ceiling. And you're drawing that circle with the light, really making sure it's a circle and not an oval. We want to make sure all sides are even. Good, well done. That's it, good. 20 seconds left. You can do it. That's it, good. 10 seconds, almost there. See if you can do a couple more. I know you're probably tired now, but see if you can do a little bit more. And rest. Well done. Okay. Our next one, we're going to hold our arms up just so they're out of the way, but you're not doing anything in particular with them right now. You're going to keep your elbows bent, and then you're going to keep your back nice and long again. You're going to hinge forward at the hips without the arms coming down, right? You're keeping the arms out of the way. You're hinging forward at the hips, holding that posture, coming back up, kicking forward and flicking the arms up. So remember, our hands do this as they flick up. Thinking about splashing the paint on the canvas, on the ceiling, like that, okay? So you bend forwards, kick and splash the paint upwards. Okay, 2 minutes. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Trying to keep that spine nice and long throughout the entire exercise if you can. Good, that's it, well done. So remember, as you're tipping forward, you want to make sure we're not collapsing on our legs, but you want to hold your body up with the strength of your trunk. As you're doing that, trying to keep your hands out the way as you're bending forwards and back. So we're not using our hands to help us unless you really need the help, but you want to try your best to do the trunk leaning movement by yourself. Good. And again, don't feel like you have to do it as quick as me. Do it at your own speed, your own frequency, as long as the kick and the flick upwards is relatively quick and relatively crisp. And the rest can be nice and slow if you want, but you're making sure you're really kicking forward, flicking the paint upwards at the ceiling. Good, and rest. Okay, so we're going to do our next one, which is our kicking out to the side and trying to catch that fly out to the side. So it looks like this. You're kicking the leg like this, right? And as you're doing that, you're trying to catch a fly on the wall by spreading your hand palm, going the direction of the fly. So you're going like this, kick, while you're hitting the fly on the opposite direction, kick and hit like that, okay? So we're going to do that for 1 minute on one side, and then we'll do 1 minute on the other side, okay? So again, don't do it quick, but you want the kick and the hit to be quick, and then the coming back in to be slow. So you don't have to do a million of these, but I'd rather you do only a couple, but do them well, of having that powerful movement and then coming back in, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. So think about kicking something, striking something with your heel that's out to the side, but at the same time, you're multitasking. You're trying to catch that fly on the wall with the hand. I know these scenarios seem a little bit outrageous, but still, it gets us really connecting with the movement, and that way you can really feel what kind of quality I'm trying to get you to do for each of these movements. Good. So really think, spreading that hand nice and wide, trying to get that palm on that imaginary fly. And you're kicking something with that heel. Good, well done. Good. One more. And we switch sides. So you're kicking and trying to hit that imaginary fly on the wall. Good, well done. So thinking about nice sharp movement in order to kick and to hit the fly. And then the way back in could be nice and slow if you would like. Good, well done. Are we still breathing? You can do it, you're almost there. You got 25 seconds left. You can do it. Sitting up nice and tall if you can. Good. Really think about the effort and the kick and the hit of the fly with that hand. Good. 10 seconds left. Almost there. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, awesome, you guys. Next, we got our robot turns. We've only got 2 exercises left. You're almost done. We're gonna have our arms up like so, in this weird 90 degrees shape with our elbows. Everything above the ribs are gonna turn to one side. You're threading the arm forward, almost like you're poking someone in the eye with your fingertips. You're trying to poke something with your fingertips and you're coming back. Other side, poke something with your fingertips and come back. The arms are in this position at all times unless they're doing that forward movement. Okay? 3, 2, 1, and go. So really think about the breastbone turning to either side. So we're not just going like this with the arms, right? So we're not just moving the arms, but you're turning your breastbone as you're moving the arms. So you're really twisting in that body. Elbows up and away from the face. You want to really open the chest, shoulders away from the ears if you can. Good. Well done, everyone. Good. That's it. So again, you don't have to do this quick, as long as the thread forward is relatively sharp and the rest could be nice and slow. You got 1 minute left. Good, well done. Almost there. That's it. Keeping the elbows up nice and high, opening the chest, really turning the upper body. Whew, 2 minutes feel too long. You're almost there, almost there. You've got 20 seconds left. You can do it, almost there. After this one, we just have 1 exercise left, and then we're done. Good, well done. Almost there, 10 seconds. That's it, very nice. One more. And rest those arms. Good, well done. Okay, this is our last one. So this is the one where we have our hands clasped together, arms straight if you can. We're going to straighten one knee out. You're trying to show me the bottom of your foot, and then you're going to do a big figure of 8 with the arms and bring it back down. And then same thing on the other side. We're doing that for 2 minutes, trying to sit up nice and tall. Show me the bottom of your foot. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. That's it. So if you keep your arms straight, it'll be harder than if you were to bend it because you have to twist your body a little bit more to get that full figure of 8 and to stay balanced. Good. Trying to straighten that knee as much as you can, showing me the bottom of your foot. Sitting up tall. I know, lots to think about. Well done. Keep it going. Good. Keep it going. Well done. That's it. Sitting up nice and tall, showing me the bottom of your foot. You've got 1 minute left. Last minute, and then we're cooling down. You can do it. Almost there. You can see the finish line. Sitting up nice and tall, showing me the bottom of your foot. Good. Keep going. You can do it. 45 seconds left. Good. Really hike that leg up. Trying to get the thigh off the chair if you can. Good. 25 seconds left. Almost there, almost there. Good. That's it. Well done. 15 seconds. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo, how are we feeling? Okay, we're just gonna relax, let the legs do their thing on the floor. We're just going to start circling our arms back. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be quick. Just trying to let them sort of relax a little bit more. Good. Opening that chest. One more. Good. And let's go the other way. Think shoulders away from the ears. Just circling the arms. Good. Okay, now from here, you're going to take one hand. You're going to hold onto the elbow of your other hand. Keeping that arm straight, you're going to take that elbow and bring it towards the opposite armpit. And you should feel a nice stretch on the outside of that shoulder. If that hurts your shoulder, don't bring it as far. You can bring it lower and not towards the armpit, but maybe towards the opposite side of the breastbone or something like that. Good. And rest other side. Take the hand, hold onto the elbow, keep the arm straight, bring the elbow to the opposite armpit. You should feel a stretch on the outside of that shoulder. Good, well done. Good. We're going to step the legs out a little bit further this time. As wide as you can possibly go. And we're going to keep our back nice and long. And we're going to hinge forward at the hips. You can have your hands on the legs. And doing this, you're going to feel a stretch on the inside of your thigh. But of course, if this is too hard to get into, don't worry. Let's do one leg out. And same thing, you're leaning forward. You should feel it on the inside of the thigh. Good, back up. Same thing on the other side, unless you're already doing both sides. Good. And from here, we're going to keep our heels on the floor, sitting up nice and tall, arms relaxed. We're just going to lift up the toes, lift up the foot, and bring it back down. Good. And then we're going to go lift up the heels and bring them back down. Okay, and again, lift up the toes, bring them back down, lift up the heels, bring them back down. One more, lift the toes, lift the heels. Good, and rest. Excellent. Okay, you finished your 4th class. How is everyone feeling? Hopefully you're all doing okay. And hopefully that class didn't scare you off. And hopefully it was manageable. So I hope that you've gotten a good sweat, or at least a little bit more breathless from that. So with the seated exercises, they are all recorded, so they will be on the website and on our YouTube channel as well. So if anybody wants to have a look at it on a different date, that's absolutely fine. But next week on Thursday, it's going to be our last class of our seated series, which we can hopefully bring back again in a couple of months' time. But if you're somebody who found this class too easy and you wanted to do something in standing, you can look at our Tuesday class, which is at the same time at 3 p.m., but that one is a fully standing class, whereas this one on Thursday is fully seated. So you can have a look at that if you found this to be too easy for you. But keep in mind that next Tuesday, the class is also going to be the final week. But we are having the video recordings on the website and on the YouTube channel a week after this whole series ends anyway. So if you wanted to have a look, you're welcome to go and redo the classes if you would like. Okay, well, I don't see anything in the comment box, so I assume that's a good thing because it means nobody has any questions. Thank you very much, Alana, for being here as well and helping us monitor the chat box in case anybody did have any questions. Please do look at the SuperWalk website, which is pinned at the top of the chat box if you wanted to sign up or find out more information about. Okay, you can also feel free to email me if you have any questions that you think of that maybe you don't want to write in the chat box right now. And I'm just going to type in my email address in the chat box here. It's syu@parkinson.bc.ca if you wanted to ask me anything specific about exercise or how you can modify your exercises, or maybe some comments or feedback about some more things that you would like to see. We would love to hear from you, so please don't be shy. Feel free to send us an email, and we would love to hear from you. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the afternoon, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Good. Thank you very much.